Hi guys, it's Timmy with Ivy Corrine. Today we're going to make a wine soap, and we're using a Pinot Grigio. So our lye mixture is done with Pinot Grigio, and you can see it turned a pretty orange type amber color. So this is just our base recipe. You don't have to have a special recipe to do beer soaps or wine soaps. You can just use your basic recipe. And all you do is just boil down your alcohol, because you want the alcohol out. You can also just leave it open in the fridge if you've got a couple days, but I never do. But then you want it really cold, and then you want to pour your lye in very slow, or it can volcano on you. It'll just erupt out of the thing. So, but those are some tips, and so let's get started. Now, just so you know, all beer and wine soaps can move really, really fast on you because there's so much sugar. So I'm not sure how I've never used this particular wine, so we're going to see what happens here. But just be prepared to move. It doesn't look too bad. If you're hearing some chatter, my little one's sitting in on the video. She wants to watch. Hopefully one day she'll be doing this. She's only 5 now though, so a little too young. She helps me with melt and pour soaps though, right? Yeah. There's children coming in from everywhere. Every time I look around the corner, there's another one. Alright. Well, you can see here, we've got a nice, beautiful, soft, pale yellow color. And this should whiten up some. I mean, sometimes it doesn't. Like I said, I've never used this particular wine. But I'm liking so far that it's staying so thin. So we're just emulsified. So we're going to go ahead and add in, we're going to separate and then add in our color and then our fragrance. I haven't used the fragrance before. It's a Pinot Grigio fragrance, but I'm not going to go really fast. I didn't want to add it first thing because I don't know if it'll go fast. It says it doesn't, but I've been surprised before. Okay, so we're actually going to do this one first because it is a lighter color. And I just have some yellow ultra, what is it? I think this one is a pigment. So a yellow pigment going in. I'm not sure. I'm just going for kind of a golden yellow. And remember, with your pigments and ultramarines and all that fun stuff, you definitely want to blend in, because otherwise you will end up with speckles. I think we'll go just a little darker, just because I know that some of this is already kind of golden from the wine, but it could go to a white color, so I want to make sure there's enough color in here to keep it in the color that I want. So we'll go a little dark of what I want. Alright, that's beautiful. I love that. So I think we're going to stick with that color. And we're not even at trace yet. So this wine is working beautifully. I will definitely use this again. And I do not use a, you know, $30 a bottle wine to do my soaps. I buy, you know, I'm not drinking it. So I go with the cheaper wine. They work just as well as the more expensive ones. In fact, some of the more expensive ones I've had seize on me pretty bad. So you never know. Of course, if you have an expensive bottle of wine sitting in your closet that you never plan on drinking, by all means make some soap out of it. If you got red wine from someone as a gift and you're not a red wine drinker, make some soap. At least you can do something with it than it just sitting somewhere getting dusty. Okay, so there's our yellow. It's a nice golden hue. Now we're going to work on our green. Now I'm hoping to get just a really subtle green, kind of like a white grape. I didn't really have a colorant for it, so I'm just using a green pigment, and it's more like a forest or Kelly green. We're going to try just adding a touch and see if we can just get a lighter green. This is such a dark green. I don't know, but we'll try. I definitely want some color definition between the two, the yellow and the green. I don't want them to both look like they're yellowy, so we will definitely add more if necessary. And yeah, we're definitely going to add some more. I don't want to get carried away because I know myself, oh, that needs more. I'll add the cupful. Okay, let's try that again. And this green usually softens up a bit during the curing or during the sponification process, so it shouldn't be too bad. All right, I'm liking that. That's right where I want to stop. That's exactly what I wanted, which is pretty shocking. I don't always get what I want. But like I said, you can't really make an ugly soap. It still washes the same way. Alright, so we just need to add in our fragrance, and this is still nice and loose, so we won't have to worry about it going too fast. I'm going to do the yellow first because I'm actually going to pour all of that in. So we'll start with that just in case it starts speeding up, and then we can mix in the green afterwards. And this fragrance hopefully will not hurt the green. I don't think it'll hurt the yellow. It's very golden colored. We're going to put most of this in here. Okay, wow, that smells wonderful. Oh yeah, that's definitely changing our color. Like I said, I don't think it'll hurt the yellow, but I'm wondering about the green now. Don't know what color that might turn. Well, yellow and green. Hopefully it'll just go a different green color. Hopefully we'll keep the green. If not, we'll add a little more color and try to save it if it doesn't start moving on us too fast. No ricing with this. That's awesome. Smells amazing. It's always so disappointing when you put in a fragrance and it smells divine and you stick it in there and all of a sudden the whole thing is riced and it's speeding up on you and you just can't work with it. Just want to kind of throw the pot across the room. You wouldn't do that, right? Okay, we're at a light trace right now, so now's a good time to go ahead and pour it in. So I'm going to grab a mold. Or my hubby's gonna grab a mold. He's sneaking behind me to go grab it. Just want to make sure that fragrance is completely mixed in. We don't want any surprises if it starts leaking out of our soap because we didn't get it fully mixed in, but it looks like it's in there pretty good. Alright. Alright. So here we go. I'll try to keep my big arm out the way. Just going to scrape that in. Wow, that smells good. I might have to steal a bar of this one for myself. I like this one. I don't know what I was expecting with this. I've gotten a couple wine scents, and they're very alcohol smelling. And not all of them, but you know, some of them, they just have a very strong alcohol smell, and I'm not a fan. But this just smells, it's kind of floral. But it's not very grape-like, like little kid pop grape, like you might think like that. It's definitely not like that, but it's just soft and very nice. Okay, clean up the mold a little. I'm going to tamp this down a little. It is moving a little on me. If you can see, it's starting to get thick. I'll be right back. Okay, there we go. So now we're just going to get our green. And I'm just going to add in our fragrance. Doesn't seem like it's actually making it speed up trace any, but it's I think the combination of the wine with the fragrance oil is just giving me, just speeding it up a little, because it was fine as I was stirring it in. All of a sudden it was like, and I'm pudding. So, but that could be the sugars from that white wine. I'm really not sure. Well, we're kind of going lime green here. Hopefully that'll calm down a little bit as it cures. Well, we will see. I still like it, even if it stays this color. I still like those colors together. Okay, so now we're going to do a high pour because we just want to go through part of this. It's very thick, so it's not going to go all the way through our soap. But that way it went somewhat down in there. And then we will swirl some of it in. This is like the weirdest thing. It's not trace, or it's trace, but it wasn't thick, and then all of a sudden it's just boom. That's alright. I've had worse. This is actually behaving still very nicely for me, considering. Okay, so let's smooth that out a little. And I'm going to go tap this down on another table. I'll be right back. Okay, so that's about it on this one. I have my skewer somewhere in my mess here. I'm just going to run this through a little. It's only about halfway down. I just want to give what did go down into the yellow a little swirl. There's some figure eights and such. Okay. Another little tap down after I clean this mess off. And now, I thought before, I used to texture the tops when they were just plain like this to give them some interest, but they are just too hard to package like that. Because, you know, I hand wrap all my soaps. So they get all cattywampus looking and so on and so forth. So I actually would rather keep them flat. Sometimes I do it for a special soap if it seems to go with the theme, but for something like this it definitely doesn't need it. So I'd rather just keep it simple on top. But that's about all we have on this one. This is a very simple one. Just a 2-color. Sometimes those are nice. You know, get away from all the crazy, oh, I did 6 colors and, you know, all these layers and they were swirled and then swirled again and then I poured them in and then I swirled on top of that. And, you know, sometimes that can just get boring in and of itself. Sometimes these simple ones are nice too. But the scent is so beautiful on this one. It really didn't need a ton. I think it will sell all by itself just from the fragrance on this one. It's quite lovely. So, but there you have it. This is our Pinot Grigio soap. I'm not exactly sure if we'll call it Pinot Grigio or something else, but that's how you make a wine soap. So, one last shot up close. And there you have it. Alright everybody, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.